This is Forza Horizon 5. We're here on PlayStation 5 Pro. The game is indeed enhanced. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. That's right, it's Forza Horizon 5, PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced. And the results here are absolutely spectacular. So this is the arrival of Forza for PlayStation, which is kind of crazy considering it was one of the three main pillars of Xbox that just kind of made the console even be viable over the last decade. And to see it here on PlayStation really to me is like the signaling of the end. And of a new beginning of these games looking remarkable and playing great here on PlayStation consoles. And the results here for Horizon 5, I think as you can tell, are simply stunning. I'm going to overlay some shots of the quality mode every now and then, in case you were wondering about that, because we're going to be talking about the technical details. And it's a little trickier because this one you have to reboot the whole game in order to change the performance profiles and settings. So it does look like, after years of updates and content and everything like that, we now have basically a feature-complete version of Forza. Now for Horizon, if you're not familiar with that version of the series, it's entirely open world. You see a place you want to go, you drive. You see a tree, you might be able to run it over, some will stop you, but you can really kind of go anywhere you want across a massive, massive world. And this particular entry in the series takes place in Mexico. So each of the different Horizon games takes place in a different part of the world, presenting the style, the culture, the aesthetic, and the vibrancy of that particular landmass, or that area, in an exciting way that feels Forza-like, while also being like, hey, here's some of the cool stuff that this place has to offer. It's basically a giant tourist advertisement for Mexico, which, you know, good for them, very smart. No, seriously, like, it is amazingly massive. And this performance mode is just like such a ridiculous step up. Like, I thought this game looked stunning on the Series X. Here on the PlayStation 5 Pro, they have just dialed that notch up to 11. This looks amazing. Now, if you're wondering about like saves and stuff like that, there's like partial progression. There's not like actual progression, but there's like certain things that you've done kind of get tracked across different versions. It's sort of like the, I guess, the standalone PC version versus your kind of Xbox version. Now they don't have the same save options if you've played it previously in that way. If you're new to the game, well, you're not really gonna notice, right? You're not really gonna care much, but yeah, this game is pretty spectacular. No, it is a beautiful, beautiful game, and I think you will be blown away by the quality of detail, the sense of scale, and the excitement that this game has to offer. Forza Horizon 5 is amazing. I've played too many hours of it on Xbox in the past, and it's kind of just, I guess you would say, exciting to be here on PlayStation 5 Pro and talking about the enhancement and what it has to offer. So like I mentioned, there are a couple setting options. So under video, we have performance and we have quality. If I was to do quality, it would restart the game, and it takes a whole bunch of time. It's not worth the effort. Then there's motion blur, cams, FOV. The game has a streamer mode, but the streamer mode really doesn't work. I would just kind of recommend being careful about that because the audio always gets tagged for me whenever I try to stream this one. Tons of accessibility choices, tons of HUD and camera options. Pretty sweet. So for performance mode, it's a dynamic 4K 60. It's pretty close to like 4K, like the full sort of aesthetic and everything like that. And then quality mode is full 4K, or at least it's supposed to be full 4K, 30 FPS. But the big difference there is ray traced car reflections in races and free roam. So some of the more advanced visual technical elements are being presented within the quality mode if you kind of want to really max out the visuals and the aesthetics of the experience. There's HDR support, And yeah, you could play alone, or well, you're always kind of playing in these like sort of Drivatar-esque shared universes. You can sign in with your Xbox account, and I guess to some degree earn progress that way. It's a whole thing. It's kind of like it'll be a bit better when all of this stuff has like cross progression setups, and it's something I'm sure they're going to need to work on over time. But yeah, I do think as far as like visuals and stuff go, you're pretty good just coming in here and playing. Well, I would say basically just playing with performance mode. I don't think you need quality mode, but you know, do your own sort of thing and whatever you want. And I think that in itself is pretty great. And no eligible cars, of course. You will be really happy with this. No, seriously, like you will be floored by this experience. A 911? Yes, let's do that one. Like Forza Horizon 5 is remarkable. Every entry in the series, it's like they know the bread and butter, they got the style down, and every release gets just a little bit better and becomes just a little bit more improved and bigger than ever before. It just gets larger and larger and larger. And you will, I think, be pretty much blown away by what it has to offer. Seriously. Like, if you have never played the Horizon games, there just isn't a better open world racing game out there. There's just nothing that comes close to this. This is peak open world racing. It's fun, it's exciting, there's a great sense of progress, and I can't believe that I'm playing this on PlayStation. Like, it is, I think I missed that? Yeah, I definitely did. It is amazing. Seriously, like, Forza has long been for me, like, the best racing series out there. It just balances fun with simulation to just, like, that perfect degree. The arcadey style, but yet it still can be competitive. And in this game, as I was kind of saying, it's sort of like a shared universe as of sorts, where it's kind of like you've got drivatars based on people you know and other people you don't know. And then, of course, there's other people racing online. There's these, like, global events and Battle Royale things and seasonal stuff. And then there's, like, Forza Realms is, like, a new thing, where it's, like, past kind of events tied together in interesting ways. And I'm sure you'll see that all when you come in and play this. And then an incredible camera mode, extensive, like, car customization and tuning, adjustments and liveries and aesthetics. This game really has a little bit of everything. And then there's the radio, which has some incredible music. Okay, we're just gonna back up a little bit there. I kind of messed up too much in this. But no, like, seriously, like, the music is amazing. Every Forza Horizon that comes out, I usually discover, like, one or two new songs that I'm like, oh wow, this is really, really good. I love Pulse, personally. I recommend the Pulse station. I don't know if that's something people care about, but something I just throw in there because I do think the music is a big part of this. Because it's supposed to be a festival. You come in, there's this crazy gangbuster-like event that goes on. They do these incredible showcase pieces. You're dropped down into, like, a volcano in this one, basically. And you get to see a bunch of different cars in a bunch of different areas. And then it's just wild. You make your character however you want. You're unlocking tons of cool outfit and gear and things to make your character look quirky and stylish. And then you're just competing against others. You're unlocking new circuit areas, gaining new fans, and becoming the best of the wow, actually, I don't know. I thought for sure I missed that checkpoint. Becoming the best of the circuit. And it's really, really quite incredible. Like, this game is, like I said, an incredible technical achievement visually. Like, it looks amazing. Specifically here on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Like, I thought this looked stunning on the Series X. One of the best showcases of what consoles could do. But that was years ago. And then, you know, revisiting it here on the PlayStation 5 Pro, I'm like, wow. They've really, really got something special going on here, is the biggest thing. I think you will be floored by the quality of this experience, if you haven't already been. And then on top of, like, the world itself, you know, it's a rolling game where there's different types of visual elements. You know, you can have things going on in the environment, dust storms, rain, sort of a seasonal cycle of sorts. It's a responsive, a vibrant, and exciting world for you to visit. And it's got all the different scaling options you need as far as difficulty. There's even, like, options where it's like, oh, you're doing bad, we'll just push you through stuff. If you need that to hold your hand, the option is there for you, which I think is fantastic for the more, you know, casual player. But I don't find Forza very difficult. I mean, it can be if you turn up the difficulty, and it'll give you options if you want to keep the difficulty, like, sort of dynamic, and basically, it aims to completely cater to you and your interests and how you want to do it. It's just kind of like a fun candy run. Just a fun candy run where you can do all sorts of insane things. And you can visit just this absolutely amazingly large map. And this point of my save here, I am basically just scratching the surface. But if you see my stuff where I covered this on Xbox, I'm like, I don't know how high of a level I am, 90 or something? It's ridiculous. Like, I have no idea how many hours, tens of hours. Like, I spent a lot of time playing these, and I've reviewed all of them. Like, I've covered... Well, I started, like, one of my earliest reviews for Xbox, or covering, like, Xbox games, where they sent me a code, was Horizon 2, way back in the day. Obviously, a lot of time has passed, and things will never be the same. And it's kind of crazy, and I'm assuming this is basically a warm-up for Horizon 6 to eventually be available, like, day and date with PlayStation. And yeah, it's gonna be a wild run. Seriously, like, I think you will have so much fun playing this game. It genuinely is amazing. It's one of the best, if not the best, racing game, like, ever made, and they just keep improving upon themselves. And I am almost a little disappointed that I can't sit here and be like, oh, go back and play Horizon 4, because, you know, that one's gone and delisted. Not even an issue of it not being on PlayStation, it's just gone and delisted. But another big thing here that benefits the PS5 Pro, the enhancement and all that, is, like, the rendering and the draw distance. It looks way better than it did on Xbox. Like, I'm not really noticing any sort of, like, pop-in stuff, or if it is kind of like something I could pick up, it's like in the distance and you can't really tell. Like, Mexico looks stunning here. Like, this is mind-blowingly beautiful. This is insane. This is gorgeous. It's truly remarkable. Like, if you are coming in here for the first time and you've never played like a Horizon game, I think you will absolutely be mesmerized by the quality and the scope of this game. And then, of course, like, here in Mexico, again, we've got such varied settings. Like, you go through, there's cities, and there's deep jungles with temples, and then there's open desert, and then there's crazy beaches. And there's all this crazy stuff in this game. And then, if you're really intense and you get, like, certain versions, you can go and do a Hot Wheels expedition. Or there's the rally sport adventure. And there's all this, like, again, it's like a synchronized, massive world of possibility and things you can do and see. And then there's all these, like, collectible things. There's, like, boards to smash and find. There's all these, like, it keeps track of your roads driven. It keeps track of, like, all these little stats, like how fast you're going for these different time trials. Then there's also these barn finds where you can find a car that's, like, hidden in this big area. You gotta drive around, and you might have to do some tricky stuff to get it. And then you can basically restore that car, and you can buy... There's, like... The amount of cars in this game are ridiculous. I don't know if I can really even access that here. Because I've got, like, not many cars right now, but the selection of cars in this is just absolutely ridiculous. So we gotta fast travel to a site. Like, there are hundreds of cars. And then there's a whole creative suite where people, like, make designs, and there's just so much to Forza Horizon 5. Like, this is a massive game. Like, you will genuinely be blown away by it. You will find yourself driving endlessly, doing races. Like, you can just have several hours of time just roll right by and you won't even feel it, because the game is just so thrilling. It's just so exciting, and it's just like, it's an exhilarating racing experience, and it just comes alive here on the PlayStation 5 Pro. No, seriously, like, yeah, the adventure here in Mexico is just absolutely remarkable. I'm so excited about the next one, because it's funny, because it feels like this was... Oh wow, we actually went off the rails there. It feels like this was a long time ago for me that I played this, right? Like, it came out on the Series X, I covered it ahead of launch, like I'm doing right now for PlayStation, which was close to get that set up. But it feels like an eternity ago, you know? They even did like a thing, the older cool group of Xbox Canada, you know? I had like a chef that was like teaching me how to make, like, they sent me like a box of like taco stuff to make, and like, it was a whole experience back then, and that felt like a time that has gone way by. I actually thought we'd have a new Horizon by now. I'm a little surprised we haven't. But then we come here and it's like, this game has received such a wealth of content updates, post-launch support, and changes that, like, yeah, it kind of feels like a brand new, exciting challenge. I think you will just be blown away by the setup of it. Like, I'm driving way out here because I want to show you some of the different parts of the world. There's just so many different areas that you can find yourself going to, and then there's like little picturesque stops you can go to, and little coastal town areas, and you just, the whole goal is just to expand your festival. So your Horizon Festival is like the thing you're doing. You're here to promote cars, you're here to enjoy music. I've said for years they should make this a real thing. I think this would be a really fun kind of festival to go to, like a music festival, and, you know, show games and everything off, and cars and music, and yeah, it would be really, really quite wonderful. But this in itself is like, it is an amazing experience. It is like the peak of open world racing. There just isn't anything that really comes close to what Forza Horizon accomplishes. There's a reason the series is so mighty, and that's why it sucks so much that I can't, like, recommend you, like, enjoy this and then go back and play other ones, because they're all delisted due to, you know, music and licensing and all that other stuff. And to me, that's just such a shame, because there's, like, so much more. If you love this one, you could go back and you could play 4 in Britain, or 3 in Australia, or 2 in part of Europe, or the first one is in, like, Colorado, and they've all got a different flair and style to them, and the evolution of the series is really neat. But they basically just keep taking that same concept now and just, like, blowing it up even larger. And the results keep kind of blowing my mind. So we went, we kind of missed the big city to a degree, but we went, like, all the way over here, all the way over here. Like, this game is really, really big. Is what I'm trying to get across. Like, this game is massive. It's detailed. It's filled to the brim with, like, trees and all these plants, fauna, everything. Like, it's got all kinds of environmental stuff to it that you will absolutely just be blown away by. You really will. Forza Horizon 5 is a truly mighty and magical experience. And I just know for a fact you will love it. You will find the racing to be incredible. You'll love the feel of it. You'll love the vibrancy of it. You'll find the Hot Wheels thing super cool. Like, if this is, again, like, I'm assuming a lot of people, this is going to be, like, their first Forza game, right? Because it's on PlayStation now. You're absolutely just going to be like, wow, this is peak racing. You're going to feel great about it. You're going to unlock all kinds of cool cars. You're going to go to the Hot Wheels area, and you're going to be like, whoa, these Hot Wheels things are insane. And no, it really is. It's just like a perfect racing game. There's really not any problems I have with this one, other than maybe it's too fun and, you know, kind of easygoing, I guess. If, you know, you can choose the challenge, of course, if you want it. But yeah, this game really does have something, I think, pretty special to it. The different areas, the terrain, And they've done such an amazing job making sure that they've added enough to it, kept the quality of life going. It's sort of wild. It really is. Like, I did not anticipate that this would, like, you know, still be the game of now, but, you know, the live service stuff, it just kind of keeps these things kicking for a while, and even if you're joining in really late, it is kind of a perfect time to come in and play this game, because, you know, you have access to all the DLC if you want to, you know? You can grab all of that, and you don't gotta wait for anything to come out. You've got all the seasonal stuff, you got all the environmental stuff. They keep coming up with new things like the realms, and yeah, it's a pretty amazing game. Like, again, I don't even think I'm really doing anything too hyperbole in regards to, like, hyping this game up. You will play it, and you will be a believer of Forza. Like, this series is just top-notch. I can't wait to see Horizon 6 when it eventually comes on here, and just, like, the visual fidelity of this on the Pro is just, like, this is clean and sharp. Like, really, really clean and sharp, and just, like, the aesthetics of it all. Like, you've been watching it, you know, seeing it as I've been talking and stuff like that, and just seeing some of the areas, but no, this is amazingly detailed. Like, you are in for the biggest treat of your racing life if you've been, you know, into racing games. Because there's some out there that do similar stuff, but none of them quite hit the mark like this does. They've just got this perfect formula. And then on top of that, all your cars have skill points that you can switch between. All of your cars have different, like, things you can adjust. It's really, really quite exciting that you are able to get access to all of this cool stuff. Oh, the McLaren. Yes, please deliver this car for me. And it all loads really quickly, too, on the PlayStation 5 Pro, which is nice. Yeah, it's kind of amazing. This is the skill perk system. As you improve your car's, you know, ability to earn points and stats, and
this applies a permanent bonus to this.
yeah, there's so much under the hood to this one, like, literally. So, like, your festival playlists, your Horizon Adventure, you get all your accolades, your badges. And then your Rally Adventure, it's got its own little story thing, it's a DLC pack, it's an expansion, it's got its own character. Hot Wheels has its own character, and then you got hundreds of cars, then you've got your My Horizon, your wheel spins for cool items, your message center, so you get, like, item unlocks and stuff. There's the online things, the Eliminator, the Horizon Open, you can do a convoy. There's the creative hub, so you can download all this cool stuff, like livery designs and tunes, and see photos, and share stuff. And there's, you know, your store, and you get, like, treasure maps, and, you know, obviously they gotta have some premium stuff. But, like, if you buy this as, like, a base level, I would recommend you buy it with, like, the Hot Wheels and stuff, because the Hot Wheels expansion is insanely awesome. And one of the coolest experiences you can have, as far as, like, racing games goes. Like, you know, it's a little... Like, we've had it, like, a couple times on Xbox as far as Horizon games go. We've had Lego, but if you've never experienced, like, a racing Lego game, like, in a real kind of, like, high-end kind of racing game like this, I mean, that Hot Wheels Unleashed is really good, but you get what I'm saying. You are in for a treat. Like, this is just so awesome. And I just really hope that this sort of review and chat about this game was, like, a love letter to this, because I do think this is really, really peak racing. You will love this experience. I guarantee it. You will have an incredible time playing this. Every single moment will be exciting and action-packed, and the races will be intense. Like, we didn't even really do anything in the grand scheme of things, but we raced around this, like, whole massive map, and it was exciting and fun and adventurous, and I was trying to show you as much of the world of Forza Horizon 5 as I could, as much of the game as I could, and I think this kind of, at least for what I wanted to present, I think this kind of nailed it, right? The day, the night changing, the race option, you can customize races too and do different settings and share settings and blah blah blah. But, like, yeah, this kind of gave you a full style of it. Enjoy the Horizon nightlife, and hopefully I'll see you rolling down the majestic open countryside of Forza Horizon 5 on the PlayStation 5 Pro.